Hello, my name is Scott Smith, and today I'm going to be taking you on a short gameplay run-through for my bluffing game Do Not Open. It's a family-style game, and it's inspired by scenes from books and movies where a character needs to make a choice between a whole bunch of different magical options, and if they choose the right one, something wonderful is going to happen to them. If they choose the wrong one, something terrible is going to happen. So you get a quick look at how that translates into this small 18-card game played with just a little set of coins. I've got the game set up right now for a 4-player game. You can see each player starts the game with 3 coins. These coins represent their wishes. And right now, very importantly, they are all on their tails side. Tails represents an ungranted wish in this game. And the goal, the winner of this game, is going to be the first player to get to possess 3 granted heads-up wishes. It's very important that we don't flip these coins in the game unless a card directs us to do so. And this one card in the center is the wishing pool. You'll see how that works in a little bit. To begin the game, you're going to decide on one player to go first, the player that's most recently bought or sold something. And that player is going to take both the bottle deck and the spirit deck. And their job in each round is to set up a shop. So we'll see how that's done. We're going to take the bottle deck first, and the bottle deck contains 13 unique bottles of all different various shapes and sizes. These are going to represent the player's options. And I'm just going to pick the first 4 to set up my first shop here. I've got this rather small, plain, nondescript bottle, this kind of cold bottle here, icy bottle. We've got this kind of colorful rainbow bottle, and we have kind of an ominous jeweled black bottle here we'll put over there. All right. The next thing that the first mysterious merchant is going to do is look through the spirit cards. There are 4 spirit cards in the game. And the first one is the Djinn. This will definitely do something bad to the player that chooses it. The second is the Genie, which is almost always good. The Imp is sort of 50-50, might be good, might be bad. And lastly, the Lost Soul, which is usually good. All right, and I need to decide as the mysterious merchant which spirit to put under each of the 4 bottles in my shop. And this is where I might be thinking about my opponents, what bottles they're most likely to choose. And I'm going to choose to put my evil Djinn underneath this very colorful, appealing bottle. I'm going to put it face down. Of course, these are all prototype components, so there's no card back right now, but I keep that hidden from the players, my customers. I put that face down. Next, I'm going to take the very good Genie card, and I'm going to hide this card in the kind of plain, nondescript bottle. Now, if I'm going to win the game, I don't want this bottle to get chosen, so my plan is to hide it there in the one people might least expect. This is the Imp, and I'm going to hide the Imp underneath this, this black bottle here, and I'm going to hide the Lost Soul under the cold bottle. All right. So the other players don't know where those are. As the mysterious merchant, I do. And the last thing I'm going to do to set up the shop is take one of my unused bottle cards and play it face down as a tag, a do not open tag, and attach it to one of these bottles. And I'm going to put it over the colorful bottle that I set up there with the evil Djinn inside. Now that could be a bluff, a double bluff, a helpful hint. The players don't know. All right, now that the shop has been set up, play proceeds to the player to my left, this guy over here, and they're going to need to make a choice. between one of these 4 bottles in my shop. And we can talk a little bit. They can ask me questions. Of course, I might be lying with the answers. The player might be trying to read my expression. I remember, as the mysterious merchant, I don't want this bottle to be chosen because that's where I hid the really good genie. I do want this one to be chosen. So we have a little fun conversation as the player is trying to choose. A choice isn't made until they touch one of these bottles. All right, and the first player is going to think that I'm kind of doing a double bluff here, and they're actually going to choose this colorful bottle that I marked do not open. And they're going to open this up, and they're going to release the spirit inside. They're going to find out, of course, that they chose wrong. I was being very honest with my do not open label. And now this player is going to take that spirit action. The Jinn action is to take one of the player's wishes, any one that they choose, and move it to the wishing pool. So it sort of steals this wish away. All right, leaving this player with only 2 ungranted wishes now. All right, play now proceeds to the second player here. They're going to need to make a choice. And they decide that they are going to choose this ominous black bottle. Let's see how that goes. All right, they release the spirit inside. This is the imp. What the imp spirit action is to take one of the player's wishes, any one that they choose, and flip it and see what side it lands on. In this case, it landed tails. Now, if it had landed heads, the player would get to keep this wish now as a granted wish, and they'd be 1 step closer to getting 3 granted wishes. But in this case, it came up tails. If a wish comes up tails, then this player that flipped the coin needs to pass this coin to the player to their right, which would now give this player, sort of return them to 3 ungranted wishes. As a little side note, if you are the mysterious merchant while players are choosing, it would be excellent for me if this first player to my left had chosen the imp, because if they choose the imp, they have a 50-50 chance of passing me one of their wishes. So I might try to guide them in that direction. Okay, our third player is going to go here, and they have 2 choices left. Either this cold icy bottle or this small plain bottle. They're really hoping that they get the genie at this point, but they're going to choose the cold icy bottle here. They turn it over and they get the lost soul, which is not bad. What the lost soul does is it allows that player to take any available wish, granted or ungranted, from the wishing pool, and add it to their wishes. So that leaves this player with now 4 ungranted wishes. Now, as in this mysterious merchant, I just did a really good job. I'm going to now reveal that the last unchosen spirit was the genie. If someone had chosen the genie, they would simply have been able to take one of their coins and turn it to its granted side. Again, moving them 1 step closer to winning the game. 3 granted wishes instantly ends the game. As an optional rule that sometimes our family does is anytime a player flips a wish to its granted side, they have to declare a wish out loud to the rest of the group. That's just for fun. But as you can see, this is a fairly light, accessible to kind of all ages bluffing game that hopefully you can have a lot of fun with. So thanks for listening.